I've worked in television for 30 years without too many mishaps, though this is the one I'm most famous for. The only pedestrian in the world to be knocked out by a low-flying aircraft. I suppose you could say I'm a bit of a survivor, even if danger has remained ever close. But never mind tanks, try crossing a road.
Well, behind the scaffolding and the safety netting lie the offices of one of Britain's last family-owned newspapers, the Warminster Journal. Now, while they're busy updating the windows, the one thing that hasn't changed here is that they've gone to press every week bar a wartime break since 1881. My next job is getting across the road.
Back on Salisbury Plain, my co-presenter's turning into G.I. Jane.
We're about to get a lesson in what the future holds for training in modern warfare. And Tony, I think now we've got a bit of equipment that Polly's going to demonstrate, which involves firing at a tank, and neither Polly nor the tank gets hurt.
No, indeed. Instead of the anti-tank weapon firing a real, live, exploding missile at the tank, which I think would be a bit of a disaster, we have a laser simulation that fires a laser at the tank, calculates the point of impact on the tank, and then sends that information back to the firer, at which point the tank will calculate whether it is killed or whether it has survived the engagement. There is also a flash-bang smoke simulator at the back of the anti-tank weapon, so that the firer can hear the bang, and also so that anybody else around can see what's going on as well.
Tony, seriously, because she can't hear me because she's got ear mufflers in, I'm pleased to say.
How do you rate her chances of actually hitting it?
Well, the guys need quite a lot of training to use this, and she's had about 5 minutes.
That's a good dipper.
I wasn't much better trying my hand at chocolate making.
Do you know the one thing they're not allowed to do that I'm going to?
Oh!
Television's a bit like a box of chocolate assorted, plenty of different flavours. Well, here's a favourite. Going to Canada to welcome a Bristol-built replica ship called the Matthew after she'd crossed the Atlantic.
Hello, a warm Newfoundland welcome to you all. Here we are in a sun-drenched Bonavista, a bit of an unusual sight, and so's this, a huge queue of people on the quayside, waiting, some of them 2 hours, for the opportunity to have a look around the Matthew. Yes, she's safely moored and secured at the end of her historic transatlantic voyage. Well, over the next hour, we're going to remind you of the pictures, the scenes down here under greyer skies, I'm afraid, when the boat came in at the end of that crossing.
Experience, enthusiasm, and I hope a sense of humour. I'd love to talk to you all.